Welcome to Fett's Legacy, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Bad Batch Season 2, and more specifically, Captain Wilco's death, and why his murder at the hands of Rampart is actually very significant, and why it has a big role to play in the future of Bad Batch Season 2, and what we will come to see. Just before we get into that, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel and watch the videos. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get straight into it. So if you guys are caught up with Bad Batch Season 2, you definitely should be if you're watching this video. There will be spoilers. We did see at the end of Episode 2 that Captain Wilco was murdered by Rampart. We see that he kills him in cold blood as he's not willing to falsify an official report about the Bad Batch still being alive after what we saw at the end of Bad Batch Season 1 when Rampart and the rest of the Empire fired down onto Poca City in Camino, trying to kill the Bad Batch and the rogue clones. And we see that Rampart actually fails in this, and obviously they escape along with Crosshair and Omega, and so now they are still alive, and Wilco confirms that as he just saw them on Sereno. I will say quickly, guys, it was really cool to see Sereno again and Dooku's castle. I was really hyped to see that again. It was really cool to see some locations that we've seen in the Clone Wars show, and now they're brought back after the Empire, and seeing how it's kind of run down. And obviously Dooku is dead now, so no one's really been there or taken care of it. So it was really cool to see. And so Wilco is obviously chasing down the Bad Batch, Clone Force 99, and he realizes that these are the same ones that were reportedly killed, and so he tells Rampart, thinking that, he's doing something good, and Rampart does not want to be in the firing line of Tarkin, and so that's why he's nervous for that to get out, and which is why he kills Captain Wilco, which was pretty sad. Captain Wilco is just doing his job and doing what he's told to do, and he is killed in cold blood because of it. Now, why is this significant? Why is this important? This is important because we see in the trailer Captain Cody is talking, and he says, the clones are starting to go against the Empire and turn. And this is mostly, I think, because they're starting to realize how bad they're being treated under the Empire. Under the Republic, obviously they were used as soldiers, clones, but they were still treated with some respect by their generals, the Jedi, and other people in the Senate. But now with the Empire, they are just treated as numbers. And honestly, they are being forced out for, as we know, just regular stormtroopers, everyday people. And this is important because eventually we have to see the turn from using clones in the Empire to using real people and, bringing in just regular trained soldiers. Obviously, they are not as strong as the clones or as trained or as smart, but you can get sheer numbers and it will cost you way less than having to produce tons of clones. And so we're already starting to see them phase out the clones, and the clones are starting to realize this. And I think also some clones realizing that they're just killing them in cold blood to stop the officers from getting in trouble will have them revolt and turn on the Empire, and we could see many of them join the beginnings of the rebellion, which would be absolutely amazing. We do know that Rex actually does join the rebels. We see him in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And we do know that he's obviously working with Ahsoka when she is Fulcrum in the show Rebels. And so it won't just be Rex, obviously. There will be others. I would like to see if Cody ends up joining them at all, or if Cody is kind of on the path of Crosshair and will side with the Empire. We'll see. I'm not really sure, but that would definitely be really cool to see. And I'm looking forward to seeing Cody eventually and seeing what kind of stance he really takes. I know obviously he is working with the Empire right now. We're probably going to see him fight maybe Rex or Clone Force 99. So I definitely want to see what he thinks of the Empire and get his thoughts behind it, because we do know that, the clones obviously have the inhibitor chip that made them turn against the Jedi, but do they still feel the same right now? Is it wearing off? Are the effects still there? They're obviously easy to control in that way, but for the day-to-day missions and battles that the Empire take on, they can't just control them with an inhibitor chip for all of that. That was purely just for Order 66. So they do have a mind of their own. They are people at the end of the day. They're not just robots. They're not droids. So I would like to see what many of the clones think, and if they do find out that Captain Wilco was just murdered in cold blood, whether that's from a camera or someone witnessed it, or maybe someone will find his body. You know, he didn't really do a great job of covering it up. He just kind of shot him over a cliff. So I feel like, you know, anyone could find that, or anyone could have seen it. I don't think he really checked around him to see if anyone witnessed that. So, and there definitely could have been cameras. If clones see their brother getting murdered, you know, the clones have a very special bond. They all consider each other brothers. And so when they see themselves get murdered, they will turn on the Empire. We saw something similar with the Umbara arc in the original Clone Wars 5 seasons. I think it was in season 4 when the Umbara arc happened, and it was Captain Krell who was trying to turn to the dark side and join Dooku as his apprentice, not knowing that Dooku was the apprentice. But I definitely think that, you know, the clones will revolt if they see their own getting killed. Like I said, we saw this in Umbara. They get treated poorly, they get turned against each other, and then they end up taking it to Pong Krell and killing him in the end. They consider each other brothers, and so their bond is extremely strong. So if anyone finds out what they're doing and it gets around, the word gets out, maybe not all of them, but many of the clones I think will revolt and will go against the Empire, probably join up with Clone Force 99. Maybe they will help Rex smuggle some of them out, get them out, and they can start their own version or join a rebellion. And so mainly I just want to see where Cody goes with this, and if he ends up joining the rebels, if he ends up going against the Empire. Maybe he dies in his attempt to save others. We do know that Cody was a very good clone, and, you know, obviously he turned on Kenobi with no hesitation, but the inhibitor chips really did mess with their brains, and many of them could not fight it off. It was very surprising to see Rex fight it off against Ahsoka, but many other clones could not do that. So yeah, I just want to see exactly where Cody goes with this, if he finds out that they're killing clones and how poorly they're treating them, and where this will take the clones in the future. But guys, let me know what you think about this scene. Do you think this is impactful? Do you think it is important in the overarching story of Star Wars? Will it change how the clones behave? And will they turn on the Empire? Guys, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.